introduce
Kelvin Learns
yourself.
Invest.
Okay.
Okay. My name is Kelvin. I'm from Kelvin Learns Investing. We have a YouTube channel where I teach people how to do personal finance stuff like investing, credit cards, stuff like that.
Okay,
So
interesting.
to check it out.
Yeah, I love your channel. Your channel really helps to, teach me about investment, savings, and stocks. I actually bought some stocks because of you, because of your video.
Oh, serious?
But I stopped because I am not like very experienced in stocks. So yeah, so today I'm going to ask you a few questions that maybe our audience might want to know, for a new investor or a new beginning to investment. So are you ready for the questions?
Sure. Just ask.
Okay, okay. Basically, I'm very new to investment. So I believe my audience here, some of them are new to investment. So, but they always wonder, how to use their savings to invest and which portfolio should that person begin with, or even for myself. So should we go for the low risk one, like fixed D, the normal one, or endowment plan, or even like go to Moo, what are the recommendations you would advise for a new beginner who has no idea about
How
stocks and all that? Yeah.
how to invest lah. So before you invest, right, the first thing you have to prepare is your emergency fund. So let's say if you're not staying with your parent, like you have a kid, you have a wife or a husband lah. So
Okay.
you have to prepare your emergency fund just in case anything goes bad, you still have money to use. So after you prepare your emergency fund, next is to what kind of stock, what kind of investment you can go with lah. If you are very young, around 20 to 30 years old, I would recommend going for growth stocks, stuff like Google, Facebook, Tesla, this kind of stuff, because you have a very long time horizon. So even if the market crash, right, you don't need the money now. So you don't have to sell to get back the money. So you just wait for maybe a few years. The stock will, if it's a good stock, it will always come back up. But let's say if you are very a more old age, like 50, 60 years old, investing in growth stocks might be a bad idea, because if you suddenly see your stock goes down by 20, 30%, you might have a heart attack.
Yeah.
So it's bad for your health. In that case, you
Stressful.
can go for stressful. Go for dividend stocks or go for very stable kind of ETF lah.
Okay.
For endowment plans, I really wouldn't recommend, because the returns, even though they are guaranteed, that kind of returns you can easily find in dividend stocks already. And dividend stocks, they have capital appreciation too, so the price will increase. So you earn from passive income and you earn from the price increase. So endowment plans, I would say, is more for people who have short-term goal. Like let's say you are saving up for your house, saving up for your vacation if Singapore ever opens up. then endowment plans is a good idea, because you need the money in the short term. So it depends what your investing age and what your investing horizon. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So like I'm a beginner to stocks also. That day I tried buying Tesla. Then I gained $70.
Tesla.
Yes. But it's like I bought it at 1024 and I sold it at 1082, something like that, and earned $70 on top of the rewards and all that. Yeah, but the thing is now it has gone up to 1022 something, right? I should have just wait.
Yeah.
But how do I know when to sell? Sometimes it goes up. I'm afraid it will like go down again. Then,
Yeah.
how do you study? Like when to sell? Should I wait longer or what? Yeah.
So you think of buying shares? Hello, can you?
Yeah. Sorry, there's some distortion.
I start again.
Yeah.
So you okay. So you think of buying shares, buying a part of business. It's like you are a business owner in the company.
Okay.
So when most people invest, right, they only see the stock price. So like you say, you buy Tesla at 1080 and sell at 1020, sell at 1080. So that one is more like a trader mentality,
Okay.
which is good if you want to trade short term lah. But if you are a long term investor, right, you should think of as you are invested in the company. So you say I invest $1,020 in this company. So I want to see what is Elon Musk's future plans for the company. For example, right now Tesla can deliver 1 million cars by 2030. They plan to deliver 20 million cars. So does that mean that Tesla's revenue will go up in 9 years' time? If so, right, then this 1,020 might go up a lot more than just that $60 lah.
Agree.
So
That's okay.
yeah.
So you're trying to say there's a short-term and long-term plan. It depends on your mindset.
So for short term, your mindset. So for short term, right, stock can go anywhere lah. I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla goes back down to 800 tomorrow, which will be good for us lah. Because if you want to buy low,
yeah.
I would hope a crash would come. Yeah. So, but over the long term, this kind of crash is very very small because I'm aiming for like maybe 50%, 100% kind of returns instead of just $60. So once you buy, right?
Yeah.
It's not easy to train your mind. Because once you buy, right, if you see a stock drop, right, you have like, oh no, I'm losing money. But if it's a good stock, you don't have to worry. If it goes down, you just buy more. You just double all in your money because if it's a good stock.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do we know?
Treat it like, let's say you are buying a t-shirt lah, a t-shirt. How do you know? Okay. How do you research about stocks, right? Okay. The way I research about stocks is not what is that, professional way.
Okay.
So the way I research about stocks is by watching YouTube videos, and reading blog articles. So I rely on another person's research to do my research because they know where to find the information. I don't know how. So yeah, after you see their research, you make your own make your own research about their research law. Make your own conclusion basically.
Wow, there's a lot of homework to do.
So let's say this guy, not really. The hard part is already done by them. So your job is to see whether are they telling the truth or are they just biased. Yeah, so you have to see. Some people say Tesla is good, some people say Tesla is bad. So you see both sides, and you see who makes the most sense, and you form your own judgment.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And
That's how I research.
Okay, wow, that's very good. Okay, just now you talk about like some investment like ETF and all. What exactly is ETF? Can you like elaborate more? Because I heard this in many portfolios.
Okay, ETF is it is exchange traded fund lah, but you don't need to know about that.
Okay, I don't have to know.
Okay, for Tesla, right? Tesla is a stock. You don't have to know. You don't have to know the name lah. Okay. Stock is Tesla is a stock, one stock. ETF is a lot of stock in one stock. In a basket of fund in a basket of fund.
Oh, so it's diversified kind. That means.
So like sometimes if you go NTUC, they package a few stuff. Think of it like hamper. Chinese New Year hamper.
Okay.
You can buy bird nest one by one, right? Or you can buy a hamper which contains bird nest, ginseng, whatever. So ETF is the hamper.
So
you're buying the entire hamper.
Let's say I have $5,000 to invest. If I go to ETF, means it's like I have many stocks that I can invest in, something like that.
Yeah. So it depends on which ETF you buy lah. For example, the S&P 500 ETF, right? It has about maybe 500 stocks. So let's say the top 5 stocks, I don't remember what's the percentage lah. It's about maybe 1 to 2% of the entire ETF. So if you put $100 in it, the $100 will split between all the stocks in the ETF. So let's say 2% will go to
Oh,
Apple,
I got
2%
it.
or 2 cent will go to Tesla. So
Interesting.
the good thing about this is, okay, when you are buying in stocks, right, you are betting that the company will go up.
Mm,
But if you're betting in ETF, right, you're betting
mm,
the entire hamper or the entire industry will go up. So
okay.
for let's say S&P 500, you're
Mm,
betting that you're not betting on one company. You're betting that US will do well in the future
mm.
because it's 500 stocks. The 500 stocks represents US. You're betting that 500 companies overall will go up. So your risk is much lower.
So let's say ETF has five different companies, then one of them not doing well, eh?
Or yes, more than five. Usually, ETF have around 100 at least
So it's
100
like,
companies. So
okay, their
even that one
performance?
company doesn't do well, right?
Uh, uh, uh.
Okay, their
How it works?
their weightage, right? The percentage in the ETF, right, is by what is it? Market cap. So
Mm.
the bigger the company is, right, the bigger weightage they have. So companies that don't do well tend to have very small percentage, like 0.1 kind
Oh,
of
okay, okay.
percentage.
Understood.
So even
Okay,
if
so
you do
that's
that 0.1, it doesn't really affect the ETF that much.
okay. Okay, understood now.
And the other thing is, if that one company doesn't do well consecutively, right,
Uh,
the management will kick out the company. Then
oh,
they replace it with another better company. So all
okay.
this is
That's great.
behind the
That's
scene.
great.
You don't have to
Yeah, yeah,
you
that's very detailed already.
you have
But at
to,
least I know what
yeah,
is it now. Interesting. Thanks.
yeah.
You explained it very clearly.
Yeah, just think of it like hamper law. If something in the hamper is expired, the management will throw it and replace with a better stuff lah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so my third question is, does investment really make one rich? Like,
research.
what's your thoughts on that?
Uh,
And how much
it
do I need?
depends.
Yeah.
So it depends. It depends. So you think of investment like going to the gym. Some people
Okay.
go to the gym to stay healthy, right?
Mm-mm.
Some people go to gym to build muscles, right? Like the Arnold
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger or The Rock.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it depends what's your goal. If your goal is to become rich, everyone's definition of rich is also different. Let's say
Correct,
for Warren
correct.
Buffett is maybe what a few billion, right?
Yeah, yeah,
For
yeah.
let's say for me is maybe 1 million. For you is
Mm.
different. So it depends. What's your definition of rich lah? To
Mine
me,
also one
rich
million. So
means 1 million.
maybe you can
Okay,
base
lah.
on 1 million
To
to
okay,
share your
one
thoughts.
million, right? The reason I chose 1 million is because there's this thing called 4% rule.
Uh,
So the idea is you have 1 million portfolio and you
mm-hmm.
withdraw 4% from it every year. So you sell 40,000 for 40,000. Yeah. You sell 40,000 from your stock portfolio. So
Mm,
your stock portfolio is left with 960,000. You keep it
okay.
invested. Then next year, the stock goes up by 4%, you go back up to 1 million.
Okay, a
So
bit
research found that this
uh,
4% rule, right?
mm,
It works. It works.
okay.
So that's
This is the
in summary.
formula.
So that's why it's a formula. So that's why I
Uh,
chose 1 million as a definition of rich lah.
okay, okay.
Anything more than that is just for any fancy lifestyle. Like if I want to buy a yacht or Tesla car or bungalow,
Mm-mm-mm.
anything more than that is extra stuff. But the most basic is 1 million to me to be considered rich lah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Same for me.
Okay, back to the original question. What is the purpose of investing, right?
Yeah.
To some people, let's say if they invest in dividend stocks is to get passive income. Some people just want to grow their money lah. Then for me is to achieve 1 million so that it can sustain my lifestyle lor.
Mm.
Yeah.
So how
Does
long
that
does
answer your question?
yeah, can. It's a very good insight, talking to you. But I like how long does it take,
How much
to
do you need
reach
to?
And then how long does it take?
It depends on how much you're putting in.
Yeah, that's why. How much
So
do
it
we need?
depends on how what's your effort? What's your effort, lor? If you
Oh,
want
okay, okay.
to build muscle very quick, then you go to the gym 2-3 hours lah. Then otherwise, if you just want to stay healthy, just go for 30-minute session, right? So it depends lah.
Okay, okay.
I forgot. There was some. Okay, there's this article called it's called the shockingly simple math.
Mm,
For to early retirement. There's this article out there lah. It says that
mm.
the more you invest, it's not a fixed amount. It's a percentage of your income. So let's say if you invest 100%, right? That means you are 100% of your salary. Wait, let me pull it out.
Okay.
Okay, shockingly simple. Okay. Okay, let's say if you invest 0%, that means all your money goes to expenses. You are spending everything. Then this means that you will never be able to retire, right? Because you need to
Yes,
keep working to get the money so that you can spend it.
I agree.
On the other hand, if you earn the entire amount, let's say you earn $5,000, then if you invest the entire $5,000, right, this means you are not spending any money. So you can basically retire right tomorrow. You can just throw letter retire tomorrow. But in this article, right, the shockingly simple math, he found that if you invest like let's say 5%, he found that you could retire in 66 years time. Then if you bump it up to maybe 50%, you can retire in 17 years time. So let's say you are 20 years old now, you can retire by 37 years old. So the more percentage you invest, right, the earlier you can retire. So let's say if you can invest 70% of your portfolio, right, this means you are only spending 30%. You can retire in 8.5 years time. So by 30 years old, 40 years old, you can retire already. If you are saving and investing 70% of your portfolio. So it depends, lor. How long do you need? Depends on how much percentage you can invest. Yeah.
Okay. So just now talking about Tesla, right? So if I put like, I just want to wait for it to grow. So if I put like a certain amount, so it doesn't make me retire that early, right? Because it's just a certain amount. Because we do have family commitments and bills and all that, right? We need to set aside, and then we have to save, and then we have then we have this money for investment.
So here's the thing. If you go to gym only once, you can't expect to become rich.
I agree.
You can't expect to become buff from just by going one time. So the idea is to keep consistently doing investing a portion of your money every month. That way you only be able to grow your portfolio.
Okay.
Yeah, even if you have family commitment, I'm sure there are ways to trim out on extra stuff.
Of course.
There are two sides of the equation lah. To save money, right? There are basically two sides of the equation. You can save more or you can earn more. Like find a better paying job or stuff like that lah. You can either increase your income or you can save more. So just do both together and you'll find spare cash lah. I would say.
Okay, thanks for your tips. And okay, last question. This is a bit personal. How much have you earned from investments so far? Like the range, like how many digits? Is it like 4 digits, 5 digits, 6 digits?
So around 1 or 2 months ago, I shared that I had my portfolio was around 200K. 200,000 after investing for 5 years.
Wow.
But actually that 200,000, right, I didn't invest that much. So I only invested around 100,000.
Gradually, not at one go, right?
Gradually. So right at the first year, right, I started around 5 years ago. Right the first year, I was investing $1,000 a month. So second year, I found a better job. I go and optimize all my spendings. Like I go and optimize my insurance, my phone bill, stuff like that lah. So I was able to invest 2005. Then after that, I up the amount to 3,000. So right now, because of this whole YouTube thing, right, my income become even higher.
Yeah.
So I was able to invest
Sorry, there's a distortion.
a bigger percentage because what was that? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry,
So,
there's some
every month
distortion
my
just now.
spending is the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah, now better. Okay, we can
Okay,
continue. Yeah.
let's say my spending is $1,000 a month, but I keep my even though my income increased to 5,000, 6,000, something like that, I just keep my expenses the same, 1,000. So the amount that I can invest keeps becoming higher and higher.
Yeah.
So over time I invest like 100,000. Yeah. Yeah, according to my portfolio, is I invest about 100,000 over 5 years. But I invested in growth stocks, so I gained about almost 200,000 recently.
Okay.
Over
Wow.
5 years. So right now my
Okay.
portfolio is around 300,000. So
Wow.
yeah, that's the power of investing lah. You can grow your money super fast if you know what to
Wow.
do.
Sounds good,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
So
But it's mainly luck. Sometimes it's based on luck also lah. Like
I think you'll reach your 1 million very soon.
if you invest in the correct stocks.
Mm.
I
Or
hope
maybe
so.
you
I
have
hope so.
reached.
Wait there. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank
it depends
you.
lah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That.
Yeah, you have any other like tips that you want to share? For
Any tips?
okay, okay, I got
If you
one more
are
question. Sorry. If I'm
ah
a very low risk taker, very low risk. Okay, if okay, I'm someone like that. Then how should I like same age as you? Should I invest or should I not? A very low risk taker, but I'm not like I'm actually medium risk. I don't mind taking risk, but not high risk. Yeah, I'm just asking this on behalf of low risk takers. Yeah, last question.
uh okay. There's two part to this lah.
Should we
First, you have to know.
encourage that friend to invest?
Yes, definitely. If you don't invest, right,
mm,
your money is in the bank earning
mm,
0.5%.
mm,
That's which is considered high already. And the
mm.
inflation rate, the inflation rate is about 1 to 2%. So by not investing, you're basically losing money every
Mm.
year.
Okay.
And you have to ask yourself, do you want to work until 65? I think recently they increased to 67 or 68, right? So you have to ask yourself, do you
No
want
choice,
to
right?
continue working? Like, do you want to work your entire life?
mm,
Which I wouldn't want to lah, because like life has so much more to offer to me lah. Like I want to travel the
yeah.
world. I want to do the things that I
Yes.
want to do.
Mm.
I don't want to go to work every Monday morning and complain about what a crowded MRT. So yeah, so the alternative of not investing is you have to work your entire life, which
mm.
I went to check, right? Most people who are going to die, one of
Mm.
their biggest regret is working their entire life.
Oh,
So yeah,
really?
you just need to try to imagine by 80 years old, right? What do you think your life will be if you don't invest?
Then you got to
Is
be
it a
very
happy
frugal.
life?
If you're not like that
Yeah.
rich, you have to be very frugal, eat 3 meals a day and
No,
all that.
even if you are frugal, you are basically losing 2% every year.
Yeah.
So you earn what 50K, you are losing what 10K? No, $22,000 every year just by not investing lah.
Wow, that's a
So
lot. But what about those low
2%.
risk taker? They will always tell you, "Aya, don't want lah. Later I will burn my pockets," and that's even
Yeah.
worse.
But the risk of not investing is you're already taking a risk by not investing, which is your money is
Yes,
losing 2%
already.
every year.
Okay.
Yeah, by just not doing anything, you're losing money, and you are risking not having a happier life.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting.
a
Interesting.
regretful life lah, a regretful life lah. So that
Mm.
was my initial idea of investing lah, because I want to avoid that at all costs. So, but So yeah, at the very minimum, you have to learn how to invest, lor. Even if it's not like Tesla, which can go down 50-30%. Dividend stocks is a very good starting point already, or maybe even robo-advisors. Yeah, because you're not running, you're losing lah. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
Understand. So, okay. So if I want to, I can, for beginner, I can always go to those apps, right? The stock apps, or I can walk into a bank and, ask them, or
For the
what,
bank, right? For the bank, because they charge a very high fee. So I would
okay, got it.
personally wouldn't recommend going to a bank lah. Yeah, the
Okay,
fee is very high.
can.
You have a few choices lah. Robo-advisor is one of them, like Stashaway in Towers. All you need is just pay about 1% fee to them. And they try to give you the best return that they can lah.
Okay.
Typically maybe around 10 to 15% over the long term. Short term is very hard to tell. Over the long term, because of inflation, the company's earnings will grow. It's a sure thing one lah. People spending power increase, company revenue will grow. So this means that company will always grow over the long term.
Okay.
So you can go for robo-advisor.
Is the platform
is
like
ETF law. So you don't have to buy one stock, because one stock.
It's a platform that I have to download and then Robert Weiser, you were saying?
Yeah. So you just robo-advisor. So you think of, you hire one guy to invest for you. You give the money to them. You don't have to care what kind of investment they do. They just buy for you everything automatically. But that way is a traditional fund manager. You pay him 3 to 4% fee. But for robo-advisor, it's a computer program that will help you invest. So the fee is very low, very low compared to normal fund manager.
So
yeah, very low.
Just download the app, is it? Or just go to the website?
So that one was first one, robo-advisor. Yeah, just download app or just go to the website, or and you just give them money and they will invest for you.
How I know if that platform is safe?
Second one is ETF. How do you know the platform is safe?
Because many low risk takers, they will tell me, hey, how sometimes they will close down and all that. Just like the layman's brother.
Okay. There are two kinds. A normal robo-advisor, or you can go for a bank robo-advisor. The robo-advisor is done by the bank, like DBS has their DG portfolio, OCBC has their robo-invest.
Okay.
If you're very, very scared, right, just go for bank. The fee is slightly higher, but if it makes you sleep better at night, just go for it.
Okay. Okay, so what were you saying? Number two?
It won't close down that overnight lah, because it's number two, ETF. So instead of buying one stock, you're buying the entire industry. So if you think that Singapore won't go bankrupt in the next 10 years, which is basically, it shouldn't lah. Just go for STI ETF or like Singapore ETF. Or if you think that US won't go bankrupt in the next 10 years, just go for S&P 500 ETF. Stuff like that. Or let's say if you're a high risk taker, but not that high risk lah, because you invest in ETF. If you think that Apple, Facebook, Google, this kind of company won't go bankrupt, then just invest in like growth ETF.
ETF. Okay.
So actually, if you know what you're doing, right, the risk is almost zero lah.
Okay, wow. These are the
two things that you can do.
Okay. So I can go to even like the Momo apps, like I can buy ETF from there, right? The STI ETF growth, is it?
Yeah. So Momo, Tiger Brokers, another one I'm using is Interactive Brokers. So for Momo and Tiger, they are both very new to Singapore. Even though Momo actually has a 9 or 10 years, it has been going on for 9 or 10 years overseas already. It's just that last year they came into Singapore only. Then for Tiger Brokers, I believe they are quite new. But both of them are very good, and you don't have to worry that they will run away with your money, because they keep your stocks and they keep your money with another bank. So if they run away, they don't have access to your money or your stocks. So you don't have to worry about that. As to which to use, right, it depends on your personal preference. all three interactive brokers, Tiger, Momo, have very low fees. The fees are like 30 cents for interactive brokers.
That's low. Yeah.
Very low.
Yeah.
To Momo about $2.
Okay.
Yeah. But the good thing about Tiger Brokers and Momo is that they give you a lot of free stuff. Like you sign up for Tiger Brokers and Momo, right? They already give you like $200 worth of free stuff already.
Yeah.
For Tiger Brokers is a Apple stock. For Momo is I think $200 cash voucher, which you can use to offset your next purchase. So if you're new, I would suggest signing up to all of them. Get their free stuff. You already start off with $400 in total. Yeah, so then you just use whichever you're comfortable with.
Okay. Wow. Thank you for that. Okay, so today we have a long conversation with Kelvin, and he's an expert in investing and investments. So that is why I actually, approached him to, have an in conversation today to share about like investment tips. I hope you like it, and thank you very much, Kelvin, for the topics today that you have answered all the questions. So like for beginners like me, it's very useful. Okay, it's very useful. Then I
hope it
will try
helps.
because I want to retire early too. I don't want to work till like, I hope I can be one day successful and talk to you about like being successful in stocks and all that again. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Thank you so much for today. Okay. Bye, Kelvin.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye.
Bye.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, let me hang on.
You
Okay, let me
normally
start.
you will edit
Okay.
or you